Nature's Prophet as well was played Furion.
The Prophets.
Yeah, the Prophets have been played by Alliance multiple times and they had quite a bit of success with them, so banning them out is pretty good. Dragonite too for Alliance, man, Limp just plays so well on these heroes. The heroes that are your sturdy mid laners that stand up front and just go push towers, you can follow him and that's all you have to do in the game and it will be alright. Right? Just give him the hero that has that big ass cooldown, that can take objectives when it's on, and just play with him when he's active. You should be fine.
Yeah, there are these players that they know the hero so well and that they know I can push this tower now or you can come to me now or they're gonna gank me now. He knows all of the circumstances that can actually happen. And then you just follow his calls when you give him a good game on the hero he loves and it's actually gonna look really, really well, which we saw in the last game. He actually made a really good movement up to the bottom lane, whereas most of the DK players maybe would have tried to take the mid tower down, which was kind of hard.
A lot of respect coming from Alliance. And honestly, there was only one hero you have to ban out. You have to ban out not these three. Kotl, Ember.
Is it? What hero could it be? Is it Mirana? They need to...
No, it's on them as well, but not Mirana. Overall, in that last game as well, I really thought Alliance had a solid draft 4 picks in, and it looked like a stronger draft. That Meepo just turned everything around.
Yeah. Well, we'll be opening this draft with a Phoenix.
Yeah, there we go. That's your handscan boy right there. Tusk has been banned out. On Tusk, he really does a lot as well. But on Phoenix, it's a completely different story. Just you can play this draft in any given way now. I mean, you can continue drafting now with the Mars, with something like that. Some combos with the Phoenix are really nice.
That's why we see things like the Shadow Demon and the Phoenix, right? They complement these strength core lineups. And the Pangolier opener, not looking too good on those win rates at the moment, though. I think he's broke even.
It was really good.
Yeah, he's broke even off the back.
Yesterday it was really good. He had, there you go, the Mars with the Phoenix. I mean, these are the, on one side you have the standard combo, is the Phoenix and the Mars. On the other side, you have your Pango and the cover for the Pango, right? Because of the Soul Bite.
Yeah, but to me, like, OGC, they're going too all in here. They want to kill the Phoenix before he gets the egg off with these two heroes. That's like, okay, if you get the silence on him, if you get the multiple stuns with the Pango, he's gonna die. But if he gets the egg off, these two heroes aren't gonna do anything. They have a Mars to protect it. To me, this is already kind of a problem when it comes to the team fight, unless you get really a favorable fight that you want, which you're not gonna get always.
That's a fair point though, right? Because the Phoenix plus Mars classic combo, you can't rely on ranged heroes to now take down the egg because you can't fire into the arena. How do you address this now?
You aren't addressing it with your two first openers, right? You're addressing it with the next hero. That's why.
Which is why Jug is banned.
That's why Jug was banned by Alliance, exactly. Now, do you need some possibly melee core that does well against the Phoenix, that has a built-in BKB? Nyx isn't really picked up quite a lot. It's not really that great lifestealer any longer. For OG Seed, something like a Morphling or Madara would be pretty decent too. Oh, all right. You go with your offlane, right? Obviously, you're not picking the
you got your second
carry
pick,
right now, but this is.
But this reveals that it's a Pango 4, right? Most likely.
Most likely, yes. This is a very interesting pick. I haven't seen Darkseer. Have we seen any Darkseer games so far in this tournament? Actually,
I think we've seen
maybe
possibly one or two. I think it's 2. I think we've seen.
All right. Okay. Not the games that I've done, at least.
No.
Darkseer, yeah, can be fine.
And Zive, he does love these micro-type heroes, right? With Beastmaster now.
Yeah, the Helm of Dominator on Darkseer with the Centaur contained. You can run around, you can vacuum into the stun. You can, right now, when you look at the combos, there aren't really many vacuum combos. There's Rolling Thunder, Swashbuckle, right? But not really your massive stuns.
Nicola, why do you think we aren't seeing much Darkseer right now?
I think the hero's laning stage is not so good, and the problem was that there was no comeback mechanic. This hero is really good when you start running at the team level 7, level 8, which you can't get that early because of the definite problems he has in the laning phase. So then you just lose the game. Right now, even if you're losing 2-3k gold and you actually have the heroes to run them down with the shell, that's fine, because you will actually get that gold back, and since the overall goal that everyone gets is fine, then when you run at them like with 3-4 heroes, it's actually worth it. So I think that was the main reason, because you lose the laning stage and you might have just lost the game. This hero doesn't provide anything at that point. But if you can actually ramp up the aggression, he can feel extremely powerful.
Alliance sticking to their guns. They've played the Bane before. Was it the secret game?
I think it might have been.
It might have been. FNG played that Bane really, really well.
It has looked formidable.
It was the OG game. It was versus the big OG.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, when he was gripping the PL.
Well,
overall, the reasoning behind this Bane here is obvious to anyone. Is the Pango. First and foremost, you have the grip versus the Thunder Roll. That's something that they can't really deal with. You have the Riki and the Grimstroke to silence you, but as long as you play it well, as long as you stay far away from the fights, you should be fine. And FNG is on point when it comes to playing out of enemy's vision. He's so on point. Behind trees, on the high ground, out of range, he always finds the way to use that grip, and it's not really that difficult to use a grip as a position 5 Bane in a game in which you have a Mars. You have a Mars and Phoenix. These heroes just require too much attention from the enemy team. You have to deal with the egg, or you have to deal with the arena. And while you're doing that, Bane is gripping the target that he wants to grip outside of the fight.
And do we like the Bane on the lane against the Darkseer as well?
Yes, because when you use the Surge, you can actually get slept, and then you get caught. So what I'm looking to see from Alliance here is, do they go for an anti-mage?
That's a bold move. I think that guy has in one game so far, and it was a big loss. A 16-minute loss, in fact.
You can expand on the AMIT.
It destroys the Darkseer in the lane. You have 3 very strong, like Bane is strong in the lane. You have 2 strong teamfight heroes which can actually match this aggression. The Darkseer wants to gather up with the heroes, so you will usually be seeing someone on the map as the anti-mage, and you can always like predict if there are other heroes around him or if they're hunting you. Plus, none of these heroes actually lock you down. So,
well,
to me,
I can see the anti-mage here definitely because of what he said. Few options, few difficulties for that, possible difficulties.
Maybe
for
the Riki to start with.
First, you would have to ban out the Meepo. Okay, they go with the Bloodseeker, whatever. It's not going to be an AM after the Bloodseeker pick. I don't think so, at least. First, you would have to ban out the Meepo. Second, when Riki came into meta, there were still a couple of anti-mages being picked, and the problem is Riki scouts you while you're farming. He smoke screens, and that brings enough time for his teammates to follow up, and you can never progress after the Battle Fury. It's very difficult to get into that Manta range. It's very difficult to continue split pushing or creep skipping when there's an invis core with the capability of locking you down, right? So that can be problematic. Instead, they go with the Bloodseeker. Not the biggest fan of the hero, but you can see why they picked it here. It's also another answer to the Surge. It's another answer to
Pango.
Most importantly Pango. And you get that Thirst versus the Riki and his invis shenanigans. So
I just love the way you made the comparison between Riki and AM. It just sounded like a documentary where it's like the Riki used to thrive in this environment, and then its natural predator came in, which is the AM. But Bloodseeker also, like the AM, I think he's seen one game. I believe that was a loss as well. Any reason we're not seeing more Bloodseeker? Because it is a fight type meta, right?
I'm not sure. Like, we actually mentioned both AM and the Bloodseeker before we went live, right? I'm not sure why we're not seeing him that much, especially because there's always a Pangolier or something like that he can counter, or a Lycan. But this game, he's gonna have a good lane. He can fight constantly. The side of OGC, they will be low, right, inside of a fight. Seeker is one of those heroes that can actually go in and poke and get those kills, right? So to me, it looks like this hero, the Bloodseeker, is actually really hard to play, right? Even if you would get the lead, you go in aggressively at one point and you just die. So I guess people were just refraining from it, and the Meepo just gets taken.
Yeah,
they had to ban out the Meepo already. You can see that this draft of theirs is even worse than the last one. Bloodseeker, yeah, he can benefit from Thirst from multiple Meepos, but they would just get pummeled by Slav Meepo once again. 5 Slav Meepos ganging up on you. You don't want that.
Gopnik.
What they do want is a little bit of push. So the DK coming out again. I think it'd be fair to say in the last game, the Dragon Knight wasn't really the issue. As we said, it was really the Meepo.
It's almost never an issue right now. Dragon Knight is just your solid pick of the meta that you can almost fit in any single draft. Now the question is, will OGC perhaps try and counter it somehow on that mid lane?
What comes to mind? Because they did ban out the Kunkka in the final phase. It seemed like they were fed up of having the
There are
mobility
heroes
countered.
that counter Dragon Knight overall in the lane, which are strong, but the problem is Dragon Knight still kind of takes off and you can lane him in different ways. But you see 2 melee cores on the side of Alliance. And I'm not sure if Monkey King was banned, but that's definitely an option. You have a strong playmaking hero early on.
I think
you have the combos with some heroes as well, which would be an option for OG Seed, and they do tend to pick Monkey here and there.
What do you think of that, Nicola? It seems pretty good, right? The Monkey King with you got the Iron Shell, the Surges early on.
And they
There
go for
it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Stories to tell.
This definitely looked like a solid Monkey game. There are some difficulties for him, obviously. He's playing into a Phoenix. Phoenix really dishes out a lot of magical damage early on, plus stops you from attacking,
Mars as
slows
well.
your attack, right? So, all right. I really like OG Seed's draft. Once again, I have to say, I'm not sure about this Bloodseeker and how well he will fare, but Monkey King looks like in a very solid spot.
I like it as well, though on the other hand, the DK does solidly well against the Monkey in lane. You have the armor, he gets the jingles, he's denying, but he can't really kill you, so it's not like a snowball type. To me, like, Alliance draft is, to me, easier to play because OGC constantly need to be running at you. So if this Seeker has a good lane and he shuts down the Darkseer and they can't run at Alliance, I think that Alliance is actually going to take it.
I agree with him. Alliance's draft looks easier to execute, and in my opinion, they have been executing better than OG Seed.
No, we'll have to actually see if that is how it's going to play out. I mean, OG Seed, we said it already, they really need to get this win. They need to start getting it on the right track, because so far it's looking rough, but they've begun the day well, and we'll see if they can continue it, because in game number 2, Alliance, they need to start dragging this back to secure their top spot. We've got Nomad and Lacoste ready to take this one away. Top 2 favorite creations from me now.
Hey, you're climbing the ladder, Lacoste. Good job.
Oh, one more game and I'll be top 1, I guess. Going for game number 3.
Some solid maths.
Who are you favouring, Lacoste, out of these 2 drafts then? Is this another good game for OGC, do you think?
I'm leaning towards Alliance this game heavily. They have a draft that's, as panel said, easy to execute. And Bloodseeker, like, you can choose which target you want to rupture. You're playing against Pangolier, Ricky, Monkey. All these heroes are very maneuverable, and just putting ulti on them will keep them in place. Also, one thing about OGC's lineup is you have literally 0 tower damage, so you can't push. You need to take a fight before engaging into anything. Also, their lineup is not very good at killing Roche. There's no save whatsoever. Alliance, they have a save in terms of like a nightmare. It's not like the classic save, but it can buy you a second of a time, which sometimes is enough.
Yeah, no, I agree with all the points you're making, and also from the performance we saw last game from Alliance, they definitely, I would say, look like the stronger team. They just got outdrafted, so this time we'll see what they can do as Z3 comes up into the high ground and reveals 3 more heroes waiting for him here, and now Side's coming on down. I don't think Paxi is going to be able to escape from that one, so taking a bit of extra damage. They continue chasing with these Fire Spirits, but look over towards Z-Freak instead, but nice Boundless Strike along with the Stroke of Fate is going to come through, probably allowing Z-Freak to survive this one, but a bit of a messy engagement over in the Radiant jungle.
So this means Monkey King will have Boundless Strike in the laning stage, not what you want to have when you're playing against any melee core. It's a Monkey King favorite matchup, don't get me wrong, but Dragon Knight still does okay-ish compared to other like melee cores. You also have regen right now when you're hugging the towers for some extra regen on top of Dragon Blood. Breathe Fire reduces damage, so Dragon Knight should not be able to die in this lane.
Yeah, if he can keep himself alive and not allow the Monkey King to snowball, then yeah, should be all right for Limp. And looking forward to another Dragon Knight performance from him, because last game was somewhat terrifying. But yeah, I think the Boundless, though, okay. I don't think you can snipe the courier. Actually, maybe you can with the level 1 Boundless Strike, but I don't think he saw it on Limp there. Just about. A little bit risky. So down the bottom lane, they're starting things up with a double Iron Shells, just trying to get this wave down as quickly as possible, get a bit of harass down onto enemy heroes as well. So OG Seed, I think it's an okay laner. Pangolier, Darkseer. We'll see if they can open up on A kills into FNG.
I don't think you can contest this lane. You need to start creep skipping with it. once those two heroes from Alliance hit level 2, there's going to be Nightmare into Bloodright play. And also Pangolier. Like, Pangolier level 1 is not a threat. He uses Swashbuckle, 20 seconds cooldown on that spell. So if you put yourself in a bad spot, it could mean that you're just straight up dead.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. Also, just want to mention here that they've actually blocked the hard camp as well, so which means Nico Baby's unable to pull the creeps through to the hard camp and find himself that extra efficiency. So he's going to try and meet up the creeps with the Radiant creeps. Yeah, that's quite nice actually for Alliance here, interrupting the pull. Now they've got a new lane in the jungle.
4th lane, forehead.
I didn't read the patch notes closely enough, clearly.
Why Bloodseeker is such a strong pick here. You're playing against the Darkseer, which means if you're farming underneath the tower, you still are going to be full HP because of the Blood Rage.
Yep. Yeah, he's going to be a pretty healthy boy. Meanwhile, Z3's going to go and grab the creep wave and drag that one back. But over in mid, we've got Limp versus Chessie here. And these two guys are locking horns and neck right now. Not doing amazingly on the CS, either of them. So obviously a very active lane between the two. But with Chessie level 3 now, should be able to probably outlane the DK a little bit, we would expect. But so far, Limp's been playing very cautiously, just sitting back, using the Breathe Fire when he can to secure a bit of CS. And oh, did actually miss with that one, unfortunately. But yeah, the Jingu's resetting means he's going to be absolutely okay. And then up at top, we've got Madara on the Riki and Peksu on the Grimstroke against Hanskin's Phoenix and S4 on the Mars. I think Mars and Phoenix has got to be one of the most played combo of heroes throughout the past few months, eh?
Yeah, on top of Axe plus Phoenix. Also, Riki plus a Grimstroke is extremely popular, especially in the Southeast Asian scene. Like, you put Inkswell on Riki, he blinks on you, then there's a stun, follow it up with Tricks of the Trade, ton of damage. So FNG gets the first blood on Z3.
Yeah, that's pretty surprising.
Feeding away first blood, same thing happened. Like, he died 3 or 4 times in the first 5 minutes of the previous game on Marana. They just made his lane stage miserable.
Haven't quite gotten to that stage yet, but certainly did look pretty good for FNG there to be able to kill off Z3. But they get a return kill onto FNG, but still that first blood definitely going to be making this Bane feel very happy with himself. And as he continues just harassing forwards onto Z3 Kid, not much you can do. But in the top, they get the kill onto the Riki. Naughty little kill onto that pesky little Richard.
They see that Grimstroke is pulling, so they use this info, start playing aggressively straight away. S4 didn't have a good game last time, but now he's having a much better start.
Yeah, might actually be able to have a bit more game impact throughout the early mid this time around, because last game they were certainly lacking in that as Madara chased forward onto Hanskin, but not much he's going to be able to do. I mean, at least S4's low on mana now, so hard for him to really find another kill, but still going to be very happy with getting that Riki beaten down as Peksu throws some harass his way, but it's down at bottom. FNG getting low again, but it's Z-Freak who's going to lose his life. Meanwhile, Haste comes out from Jibbe, just getting himself away the hit and run. But Nico Baby, I think he's finding himself a second here. This is so costly. If he can get the dive to the Ancients, that might be something, and he will. Thank you very much, Prowler Shaman. Crushing him with that big old Desecrate. Ah, Nico Baby. He's having a dreamy time down here, though. 32 and 6, and now a kill as well. I mean, this is just perfect from him.
You can see the recent changes kicking in. No one is having denies.
Overrated.
Yeah, all 10 heroes have like 25 to 30 denies combined, which is not really much.
No. And Chessie really not. I mean, he's doing well in mid, but Limp still, you know, he's had a lane. He's got some creeps. He's got XP. Going to hit this level 6 and force the Monkey King to stay in lane, and that's going to stop the Monkey being able to rotate and help out his other lanes unless he wants to lose his tower. I'm just trying to make him work for these Jingu strikes as much as possible.
I think Limp could have played a bit more aggressive. Yes, you're playing against Monkey King. You had 2 wins in Dragon Blood, the Asher region from the tower, so he was just staying away. I don't think you should care that much about him getting a Jingu Mastery. Like, he's already going to be full HP from those procs, so you just want to get the XP and the gold for yourself. Right now, Dragon Knight's having 17 per second region.
He's a healthy boy. A lot of health with those 3 points in the Dragon's Blood. It doesn't really matter how much Chessie harassed him. He's just going to heal himself up straight away. But yeah, Chessie still, I mean, he's doing good. He's doing good in this mid lane now as he's starting to really dominate. But yeah, I'm scared about this bottom lane though. Alliance have pulled really far ahead. Nico Baby now has level 6, so the Surge gonna feel like a bit of a counteractive spell along with the Swashbuckle, as we see now Z-Freak gonna have to swashbuckle up to the high ground, go for the TP out. Might get caught. Nico Baby trying to eat the tree to see if he can get a couple of right clicks in, but can't do so. Cute play from Nico Baby, doesn't pay off, but all the same, you get the Pango out of there. Control up the lane a little bit more. He's getting to work on Jibby, just no chill.
He's faster than Darkseer with the Surge.
That doesn't seem right.
Who's low? Chessie's low on the mid. Ricky half HP on the top lane.
Heal up my stupid teammates, says Zube. Having a horrible time down here. It's really getting to work on this tier 1 tower, and they're probably going to take it here as FNG takes a ton of hits from it just to try and keep it alive as long as possible, keep their catapult alive, and now they jump forward. He tries to get the deny, but unfortunately will not be able to do so, but Jibby still does escape. Meanwhile, over towards the middle lane, they're going on to the Dragon Knight. He's running low on HP, has a Phantom's Embrace on him, so can't turn around and pop any spells. Doesn't even have the mana to anyway. They're chasing really hard here. Chessie comes down, Bound Strike, finishes the job. Hanskin's turned up to this one. I'm wondering if they can find the kill on him, OG Seed, but with these Fire Spirits coming down upon them, makes it very difficult to commit to that kill.
I said I want to see Chessie playing more aggressive. That didn't mean he dives a tier 2 tower while 2 heroes are TPing to help him out. But still, he almost managed to survive. If he had a magic there, he would have lived. So bottom tower gone, Bloodseeker level 7 having the dream game, 60 CS already.
Jesus, that is absurd amount of CS right now. 62 and 19. So many last hits.
I'm switching to net worth. 4,000, 8 minutes in. That's quite a lot.
I'm getting worried. Meanwhile, S4, nice spear, catching out Madara there, forcing him back and possibly saving his life in that situation. Meanwhile, Z-Freak comes in with a haste rune. Beep, beep. Hello, Hanskin. But doing a good job with these Fire Spirits. But of course, Z-Freak gets the disarm anyway. Feels bad. So is Ricky the ultimate counter to Mars? Since Mars is tanky from the front, yet Ricky attacks from the back.
Yeah, that works. I'm
Checks
surprised
out, right?
no one is picking like Mars and Bristleback, and then they combine them together to one unkillable unit.
Yeah, let's have Mars at the front, Bristleback at the back, just auto follow on. Let's go. No one can touch us. Meanwhile, they're very much touching Pexu right now, but Pexu's going to be able to walk himself away. Turns back around though, throws down the Inkspell, throws down the Stroke of Fate. Might still be losing his life if Nico Baby comes around the side, but a great arena coming down, cutting through to Ricky, but Lim has to back himself up along with FNG. Madara's still chasing, but he's just going to straight up die. The Stars cuts through both Pexu and Madara. They will get FNG, but it's a very small trade for OG Seed here. Definitely coming out the losers. Let's see if they can find anything else here. Boundless Strike comes on through, but the 2 tanky heroes just surviving on the front lines. Another side's coming down. Jibbe's going to be paying the price here. The focus from Alliance just so much better to run down these OG Seed heroes. And they're even looking towards Z-Freak here. Nicobe doesn't have much health, doesn't need it. Takes him down, and a fire breath comes through from Limp and finishes the job. Z-Freak is dead.
Pangolier not level 6, while Mars is. Same goes for Phoenix, who just got it. And you have these Bloodseekers zooming in and out fight. You can't just take this fight. Also, they have a ton of damage to throw inside of Mars Arena. Most importantly, it's just a Blood Right. Like the AoE silence plus the damage. It's also a very nice zoning.
Oh, Hanskin. Oh, Hanskin. That was... I don't know if you were watching that, but that was very sad. He tried to take the outpost, and then Pexu comes over and just takes his outpost in front of him. Nothing you can do about it because he doesn't have an interrupt. And then Chessie turns up, and he's still got his spells like 2 seconds cooldown, so Chessie just kills him. It's the sad ballad, indeed.
Also, Madara doesn't even have boots yet. Like that. I mean, that's full power treads, 2 raid bands, magic wand. But this Diffusal Blade is not gonna come on expected timing.
No, he's a little bit poor, isn't he? Not having a dream game right now, and can't really afford to lane versus Nico Baby either. I mean, it's just not gonna do well in that matchup. Can't really jungle. Madara, he's a bit homeless right now. Doesn't have anywhere to go.
Well, if you're homeless, teacher can't get you homework, right?
True. You got to look on the upsides, don't you, Lacoste? Very, very wise words.
So if you're at school right now, just sell your house, and benefit from it.
Yeah, maybe that. No homework, living the dream. You can play Dota all day on your street laptop if you find an outlet.
Underneath the bridge, connect to some random Wi-Fi that doesn't need a password.
Living the dream, baby. Limbo popping this ulti in the middle lane, just trying to get as much pressure on the tower. They've moved in 2 heroes to try and defend this tower, but they're really not doing that much against him. I mean, the disarm's going to be something for Nico Baby coming in from behind, but they're pretty quick to react to his presence here. But Z-Freak, he's going to actually pop the ultimate. They really want to try and defend this tower, but the Rupture's out onto him. Z-Freak, he needs to cancel this. He's not doing so. He's trying to get the stun out onto the Bloodseeker. Will do so, but at what cost? His own life is the cost, and Chessie's going to die as well. Not a good trade whatsoever. They're jumping onto Madara now as well. Madara jumps across to Jibbe to keep himself okay. Will get himself out, but Jesus, that was very, very messy there from OG Seed. I mean, I understand the reasoning behind not cancelling out that Rolling Thunder. Did look a little bit silly though, can't lie.
They see me rolling, they ulti me easily and just ignore me in a whole fight. But right now, Alliance's team fight is much, much stronger. This game could end in 10 minutes easily. Like, they don't have the best comeback heroes. Monkey King also, like, you picked him to counter the Dragonite. Dragonite right now has underneath, and he's putting the pressure on the top tower on. So this one's gonna fall, which is gonna give Dragonite more gold, get him closer to the Blink Dagger. And then you have a form of initiation. What is S4 going for? 1,000 gold, nothing queued up yet. But he can just tank up, I believe. They already have good ways to initiate if Dragonite gets a Blink.
Man, there's just Lim taking another tower here. And I mean, that's the power of the DK. You can lose your lane a little bit. It's fine. I'm going to take my tower afterwards and then take another tower afterwards and hopefully take a bunch more towers afterwards. It's a very simple game plan from Limp this game. Much more simple than Monkey King, who wants to kill heroes, but who does he really kill? Hanskin's just going to run himself away. Has the ability to destroy a lot of trees at the same time as well. It's a very, very rough game, I feel. Stun out onto Z-Freak here. He tries to immediately lock down Limp. They're trying to go on him regardless, but in comes the arena. S4 is here. Meanwhile, they'll bind Bane and S4 together. Madara just goes straight away for the TP out and just about makes it. Pexu, though, he's going to get cut down. Everybody else just getting themselves away here. Z-Freak, he should be able to run. Oh, Nico Baby, he's got it again. Oh, poor little Z-Freak. Going for the TP, though, and nothing's cancelled this one, so he's going to live this time.
That's the problem that I said. After the picking phase, they have no tower damage. These heroes are so bad at hitting the buildings. They took off half HP on tier 1 tower. So even if you group up, you don't have a tower hero. You can't make this old switcheroo where you're just trading a tier 1 tower for a tier 1 tower on the top lane.
Yeah, now it's a 5k gold advantage for Alliance. Only 14 minutes into this game, they are looking dominant. OG Seed, what is their counterplay? What timings are they looking for this game?
Alliance or OG?
OG Seed.
OG Seed, they definitely need this Diffusal Blade on Ricky to be able to take a fight. But there's going to be like next set of items for Alliance. Once he gets that, Nico Baby going straight into BKB, which is the correct choice. They have like no abilities that can stun him, so he can do whatever he wants. Dragonite, he can either go for BKB or Heaven's Halberd. Like, he's going to get both of them. It's just a question which one he gets first.
Yeah, just holding for the blink for the time being. That alone is a big threat on them. As they start to find Chessie here. Chessie, though, able to jump away, I think. Yep. Hopping across on the trees, and he's out of there. You want Z-Freak? Faking the ultimate here a little bit into Hanskin. Hanskin going to try and get himself away with that Sunray over the cliff and far away. Z-Freak, I just wanted to see if Hanskin was still hanging around on that cliff and see if he can get himself a freebie, but he couldn't, so he TPs himself out. Yeah, game tempo slowing down a little bit here as the Lions just want to try and find their nice safe timings. You know, get that BKB on the Bloodseeker, though. They might have found themselves Pexu here. And by might, I mean they absolutely have. He's going to get his stakes absolutely peppered by Nico Baby.
The problem is you don't have a playmaking hero. Usually, like, Monkey King can take that role, but he doesn't have a hero to play with. Like, you can't just expect him and Grimstroke to play together. All these heroes are so tanky. You have Mars, you have Dragonite, and it's just a chain feeding over the place. Like, there's no real synergy in what OG Seed is doing right now.
Run, Jibe! Oh, Sunray's gonna catch him out though, along with the poison. That's gonna run down Jibe. Nice little catch there from Hanskin. Very, very cute. But yeah, Jibe gone. And I mean, this kind of darks here, right? Like, you pick this offlaner and you pick Ricky, who doesn't get any farm. And this Monkey King, as you say, he's just got no one to play with. He's got no friends. He's a very lonely monkey. And monkeys get very depressed when they're all alone.
Apes together strong, but this one
exactly
doesn't have his clan. So also,
well,
oh my god, it's just a disaster. But they could straight up call this game. I'm not even kidding.
You think there's that little hope left for them?
It is. Like, they have no comeback heroes, no tower damage. Their team fight is much worse than Alliance's, and the Alliance is just going to choke them.
Yeah, and I don't think OGC are into that sort of thing right now. No judgment either way, though, but Hanskin just gently pushing in the middle lane. No one feels scared on the side of OGC, on the side of Alliance either. Everyone feels scared on the side of OGC. They've got so much pick-off. Just winning every lane like this always just feels fantastic to play from. Chessie, all right, we've got an Echo Saber on Chessie. Let's go. Wukong's command. I'm ready.
That's it.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I'm trying to stay positive.
Me too, man.
But you know, somehow, how do you find a comeback in this game? And I really can't see one unless somehow Alliance overextends. They fight inside the Wukong's command with hands off keyboard. Yeah,
they could walk in circles in it. Do they have any combos with Grimstroke? Double Blink Strike, hello. Didn't think about this, did you, Lacoste?
Oh, scary. That's it?
Yes.
Also, sometimes I'm fine with Grimstroke not having any of his allies with single target abilities, but in this case, like, that's... Like, if you had something like a Doom, like a Beastmaster Roar, that's one way to come back.
Oh, no, he's going to drop a Soulbind here. They really kind of mess up that kill onto the Grim. Meanwhile, on the backlines, a BKB pop from Nico Baby. He tries to fight at the Chesty here and might do so successfully. Chesty, unfortunately, doesn't have the Boundless Strike, so can't get that kill. Just running him down. Echo Saber not doing much. Meanwhile, Madara heading much the same way as his comrades in arms. He's going to get run down. It's a dead little Richard as three heroes have hit the deck on the side of OGC. And again, as you say, there's fighting. It just doesn't really look like they have options here. It doesn't look like they have a way to play themselves out of these situations. Z3's going to drop as well to S4, skipping around the map, getting who they want, murdering, pillaging, destroying.
Well, sometimes it's better to just, you know, call the game. There's nothing you can learn from it, and even though you didn't like lose a tier 3 towers, it still feels hopeless. Like, Dragonite is gonna have BKB in 1500 gold. Ricky, like, what is he sitting at? Like, he still needs 1,000 to finish off the Fusel Blade.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, they don't have anything else to do today. They're all in quarantine like the rest of us. They're just like, well, might as well just play this game out, see what happens.
They just got outdrafted so hard. They lost all the lanes. Madara, he's in.
Inks, well, Ricky, baby, what can you do, FNG? The answer is get saved by Limp, but the Boundless Strike comes in to finish the job. And Limp is going to be the next target here, but Nico Baby comes in from behind. Z3 getting raptured up once again, but they turn around, they get the kill onto Limp, but Z3 going to go down afterwards. S4's jumped into this one. I'm not too sure about this, though. He's going to lose his life as well, and that's now going to be 3 kills, but Nico Baby is in deep on top of Madara. They will run him down. Nico Baby completely untouched. Looking forward to now Jibe as well. Running him down very, very easily. You might have had a cute entry kill onto FNG. You might have found yourselves 2 kills afterwards, but unfortunately, the moment Nico Baby turns up to this fight, there's not much you can do. He's just going to run you down.
It's just a sloppy execution from Alliance. Like, they feel they're so far ahead, so maybe they're not playing 100%.
Bit fast
and
loose, as it were.
And OG got the kill. 2 kills, actually. FNG had the buyback on top of that. But once Nico Baby shows into a fight, the fight is just straight up over.
Indeed, indeed. Well, you know, you were telling me about how you cut your own hair. Got any tips? Because I think I'm going to have to do that soon. The afro's getting a bit out of control. Got any tips for cutting your own hair in quarantine?
I was trying to go for something more fancy, but ended up cutting my own hair on like 3 millimeters.
A light trim.
I
kind
look
of scissors
more
did you use?
gangsta. I don't know. I look scarier, even though I'm a nerd.
Scary nerd. If someone ends up arguing for your lane in pubs, you can just send them a picture of yourself now and be like, "You want to mess with me?"
Well, you wanted to fight me earlier today. I'll send you a picture.
We
You'll probably
play
change
one of
your
us,
mind.
but yeah, I'm on board. Let's go. Meanwhile, Jibbe is getting burnt on down here inside the arena. See you later, sweet prince. That's a Darkseer dead, out of the equation for a while. Nico Baby rocking up with his BKB and this Mjolnir. Yeah, I'm always up for receiving pics of you, Lucas. Anytime.
All right, I know what chat is gonna type after you said that. So Dragonman decided to go for Heaven's Halberd, just Talisman to finish it off. Oh,
Soulbind initiation might be able to bring down Limp here. The Nightmare comes in, buying him those precious seconds of tires, but with the wall slowing him down, Madara cutting him over. They will kill Limp once again, but Nico Baby just sitting on top of Z-Freak and getting that kill. Meanwhile, FNG tries to go for the ultimate here, but gets cut up by Madara here. They're trying to play around this one and not doing a bad job. They're jumping onto Nico Baby. This is a big target here. And it's going to jump in forwards here. He's got the Supernova, but they should be able to beat it down pretty damn fast. Meanwhile, Nico Baby causing disasters in the backlines. They will come to the Supernova. They trade Madara and Jibbe for it, which is not a good trade deal.
Give him the rampage.
Nico Baby. Yeah, they want it. They want it. Oh, S4. He should have hit him another time.
Rebuke. Ready. I guess he was afraid of stealing it. It's worse. It's better to just not steal it and let him live.
Yeah, the mentality, the psychology of your teammates is more important than a kill onto a Grimstroke. I'm down with that. But yeah, I mean, even though Alliance, as you say, are playing these fights kind of sloppily, OGC actually finding a pretty decent start to that one. But still, it doesn't make a difference because maybe Alliance is just trying to make it hard for themselves. We'll just go feed your life away, DK. Let's see if we can take the fight without you.
Is he gonna pop a BKB and go for it? Let's see. Man,
he's so tempted, isn't he? And no Alliance, they go deep. S4 jumps on top of him. Doesn't even need the BKB. It's just gonna cut him down all the same. Nico Baby absolutely on a rampage right now. Double kill for him. Beyond godlike. What's this guy? 17-0. Nico Baby is 23 minutes into the game. I mean, what are you doing?
It's just a score from public game. Almost 1 kill per minute.
And looking it forwards. Oh, Inkswell, Madara, double blink strike back to the backlines, trying to get on top of this Mars. Not that healthy. Bounce strike also getting him pretty low here, but unable to finish the job. Chessie just trying to drop the Wukong's command, dropping everything to bring down S4, and they will do so. But Nico Baby with the BKB just takes down Madara in the backlines anyway. Now looking towards Pexo instead, trying to find him in the trees, and he's going to lose his life. And look towards Handskin with Z-Freaks rolling around by himself, but FNG catches him with that Fiend's grip. Meanwhile, Nico Baby turns up to the fight and brings down Chessie with
boy, it is time to call it.
You gotta rip the band-aid off at some point, and the G to the G's will get thrown into the chat, and game number 2 will go the way of Alliance, equaling out this series.
Yeah, I can't find any other logical explanation besides like Kyle is playing on Z-Freak's account at the moment.